Hello, good afternoon. Hi there. So it's the first Monday of December, so we are going to be doing a bit of an unboxing today and then having a bit of a play with our brand new goodies. I've had to move everything because this box is so big I couldn't get it all in one shot. Still don't know how we're going to open it, but we'll soon find out. So good morning. Well, no, good afternoon, isn't it? Hi, Christine. It's afternoon now, isn't it? Monday morning's just raced away from me. Not quite sure where it's gone. Right. Just waiting on my Facebook for a second. Just having one of those mornings where it's still flashing away, so it's still not quite happy. It's getting there though. Ah, there we go. It's like it just suddenly bursts into life. Also like me on a Monday morning. Right. Hi, Sean. Right, so let's do this, shall we? Hopefully you've all had your lovely monthly make boxes by now. The posties did a super job this month. I think they've got them out in record time. Hi, Mum. So I was totally shocked when people started getting them like a day after I sent them. Amazing. So this month you've probably noticed it's had a bit of a well, it's grown. It's been supersized for December. Hi, Jackie. So we've got a bigger box here for December. I thought we all deserved a few little treats, so that's what we've popped in this month's box. So lovely big A4 box. Let's see what's in it. Mine's going to look a little bit different because I did run out of tissue paper. Hi, Susie. So here we go. As long as it all fits. Oh, it does just. Right. We'll get better light in a minute. There we go. My favourite bit. Not that I'm a chocolate junkie or anything. So, in your box this month, we should really start with, we get a little chocolate reindeer because we just need to have one of them. As always, you've got your contents card. We'll look at that in a minute. You should have your discount card. And then you get your lovely stamps and poly plates. Your little something extra. And then I've even popped another little extra in the box. So I'm just going to move this big box off my table. So you can have a look at this properly. Pop it all back in the order it came out in. So, contents card. It tells us we have the brand new painted square poly plate. Perfect. This one for your larger cards. You've got a new butterfly doodle set. A new saying, believe in yourself. You should have your discount card. A little crafty challenge, your canvas, because I know some of you aren't that confident when it comes to working on canvases. Well, you've got a little one to try this month. A little sweetie treat. And a little something put under your tree. So, contents card. As always, a few little ideas on the back as well of where to go for more information. You've got your discount card, so you get 10% off. There will be a word in there. It is all uppercase. Yep. So you just pop that into the website when you place any orders. Let's start in the order. So, giant poly plate. It is huge. Hi, Helen. It is huge. I love my painted rectangle. Yeah. But I really wanted a square. I'm thinking this on your canvas, this on 8x8 cards. It's just a beautiful background. I was actually thinking a lot of home decor ideas with this one. So there's that one. You then get your butterfly doodles, which you can see you get the outline of one of the wings. I was trying to think of the word then. And then it says, if nothing ever changed, there would be no butterflies. And then I've also popped in a few of the words. So you've got brilliant, powerful, beautiful and brave. And the idea was that these would create the body of your butterfly. So you've got a lovely little stamp set there. Well, he's not little, is he really? He's quite a big wing on that one. We've then got your lovely saying, believe in yourself. Now this works perfectly with this plate. So I've done Oh, I've just realised I've left Mum's samples in the house. It works beautifully on there because it is quite a nice size for that Believe in Yourself. You've got a lovely, I think it's 15cm canvas in there as well. So it's a canvas board, so it's already easier to work on. Yep. So it is an easier one to start with. If you're going to try working on canvases, canvas boards are the place to start. And finally, you've got a little something extra under your Christmas tree. This one's actually Mum's. There you go, Mum. That one's yours. She didn't know that. So yeah, this one's for Mum. So this will go under her Christmas tree. But you should all have had one of them in your box as well. So there you go. That's what's in this month's box. Couldn't remember the word. I'm doing really well this morning, aren't I? So you can see that poly plate just fits on that lovely canvas. That was the plan anyway. Yeah. Lovely big size. I know sometimes poly plates can look a bit daunting that size, but don't worry. We will do lots of ideas with them. A lovely wing. You've got your saying, and then you've got your contents, and also your discount card. So that is all what's in this month. I'm saying thanks. It is, it's there. I'll get one of the kids to write a tag for it. So you want to see some samples. I am just going to crawl them back up because I've left Mum's samples in the front room. So hopefully they will be brought to us any minute. But we can start with mine. I can't type and talk and text at the same time. So anyway, I'll show you mine. Oh, Susie's been naughty and opened hers already. So I'm going to put them on there. So first up, I've done a bit of a mixed media one. It's not quite worked how I thought it would. It's not, this bit's not popped enough. So I stamped it onto tissue paper, then coloured it in. We've got our word for the body. And you can just see I've used the words in the background as well. This didn't quite jump as much as I wanted it to, but I still quite like it. And then I've just done some foiling on there as well. There's that one. This one didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to, but I love how it ended up. Move that one that way. Really simple, really quick to do. I think this would be beautiful in a frame or journal page, something like that. Really, really nice. I've got Brusho spritzed in the background, very faintly. That lovely Alzarian crimson. I've then just used the words to create the background, and then I was just going to pop Believe on the top, and it didn't look quite right. So then I put my words on there as well, and I think that just really makes a beautiful card. So I have, colour's not great, is it? I have popped it all on pink, so I've kept the Alzarian crimson and then just popped a pink matte and layer to it. There we go, so there's that one. Then I've got this one. So again, I've stamped my wing. I've then masked that off, I can't say that word, masked it off. And then I've just put, I don't know if you can see, just a little bit of Brusho in the background to give some, there you go, that looks better, doesn't it? Give some depth around it. Kept it masked, and then I've put those words again. Those words are just such a beautiful size for creating backgrounds. And then I've got my powerful, I wasn't sure about popping that on a piece of card, but it didn't quite look right. Then I've just got my Believe in Yourself there. And can you see on here, I've just put a little bit of shading. You know how we've been doing around our sketch frames and things, just under words. Yeah, and I think it just gives that butterfly some lovely depth. There you go. There's that one. And then there's this one. So I've gone for really simple on this one. Really simple. Just realised I think Mr. Ruth's phones are downstairs, so I'll have to run and grab Mum's samples in a minute. So this one is a really simple one. I've used the poly plate in the background. Love this technique. So this was using Distress inks. and it just gives that beautiful, beautiful effect. Just slightly different. We pull our inks across. I think I will do this one this morning or something like it. And then just that sentiment on the top with a bit of grey. It's not silver, it's grey. Matte and layer on there. So simple, but really, I think effective. And I have as well, I don't know if you can quite see, popped a little bit where I've gone in with my black lines. I have put a little bit of white pen as well. Not quite showing up as much as I would have liked. There we go. And then we're going to have to run in the house and go and grab Mum's samples because they are too beautiful. Jackie's treating herself to some brushos. I'm going to show you a sample I've not quite finished because I can't decide how to finish it off. So I was creating myself a little index card book. Yep. So I've done most of the work. You can see I've popped it onto canvas card. I've started to back it. I've done this one, and then what I was going to do was bind it, but I couldn't decide if I wanted line paper or not. So that's as far as it got. But I still thought, to be fair, that would look beautiful as they go beautiful, and that would look beautiful as a card on its own. So we'll finish this at some point. It's just I can't decide if I wanted lined paper or non-lined paper in there. So I'm going to leave you looking at them two for 2 seconds while I just run and grab those cards off this place. Sorry, I'm back. You can hear the bin truck as well. I'll lock myself back in because it's a bit chilly. Right, so I've gone and got Mum's samples as well because I've got to bring them through. Let me get back on this stool, I'll be falling over. Right, and these are beautiful because Mum looks at things very differently to how I see them. So it's nice to get that second view of them, if that makes sense. Right, first up, this one. Can you see she's used polyplate in the background? There we go. Love the colours on that one. Very Mum. So, yeah, I did run. It's only, I knew exactly where they were in the front room. So you can see the lovely colours she's got on that one. Beautiful, great blokes card. Yeah? Change the believe in yourself to happy birthday. Great blokes card. This one makes me smile. And in typical Mum fashion, she has been there with a fussy cutting. Check that out. Yeah, even down to forming the word into the body of a butterfly. Look at that. That's just so. It makes me smile, that one. Imagine that with the flower from last month behind it. Yeah. Beautiful, but lovely. I'm actually looking at how she's done these. I'm not sure if she's done this background on the polyplate. She might have done. There you go. It'd be lovely on a frame. Absolutely, in a frame, on a frame. Both. We could do it on both, couldn't we? But look at that. Beautiful. I love this cutting out. You'd never catch me doing that. Never, never, never. Right, this one. Let me change it up a little bit. Yeah, I'll use this one. She's been a bit creative with this one. So you can see a very pale polyplate in the background. I love that. I do love that real paleness she's got to this one. So I would say that is probably weathered wood. And then can you see here she's done the words in like a chevron. Yeah, just going across. And again, ribbon, string, she's always there with the ribbon and the string. And this idea here where you've got your sentiment and then those words. So we've got brave, brilliant, powerful and brave at the other side. Such a I don't know if you can see. There you go. Such a brilliant idea. But again, it's so lovely. I love that polyplate being so it's so faint in the background. It's almost like, is it there, is it not? Beautiful. Great for breaking up the backgrounds. Imagine that as white space. Oh, there we go. Oh, my heater's kicked. Put it back in now. There you go. She's been busy again. Her corners. Yep. So you've got a lovely butterfly down here. You can see she's, I think that's jelly rolled, I want to say. Those little bits in there. But it does. It's lovely. That repetitive pattern. Oh, you could actually. I know it needs to be that way, doesn't it? I actually won't be able to read those two. Can't decide. Can't decide which one that one is. Okay. I'll turn it all the way around now. There you go. I got there in the end. Right, and then this one. It's so not mum. I've got to say that. It's so not mum. She has been embracing her inner colour. She's got brushos and everything. So check this one out. Got the lovely polyplate in the background. She's then brushowed. It looks like scarlet. Yeah, so scarlet's brusho on here. We've then got, she then cut out that butterfly again. She's been busy cutting out that butterfly. But then look at this. She's just used elements of that butterfly's wing to create corners. How cool is that? Such a lovely one. And so not mum's colour palette. But I do like it. I really do like that one. So there you go. Some different ideas. Hi Claire. Some different ideas using your monthly make. You can tell, can't you? You know, mum does all the fussy cutting, the beautiful placement of ribbon, just the different ways of using those sentiments. There's my unfinished one. We do need to finish that, don't we? Not sure what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm going to get different types of paper to pop in there. That one, imagine that on your canvas. Yep, that's your canvas done. Really straightforward. That one, I do love that one. That one's just so simple. And there you go, that's the last one. I like that one because it's shiny and I use foil. I did push my comfort zone on that one. So, should we get making? Let's have a bit of a play. Ooh. I'm now looking for somewhere to pop the samples down after I ran in to get them. You put them in there so they're a little bit safer. Just go to prove I can run occasionally. I ran in the house. Now, this is 5x7. So, when you look at that polyplate, you immediately think, oh, we've got to go big. Yep, we don't. Oh, that can't. Oh no, that's 7-inch actually. You don't have to. Yeah, we can do small cards using that bigger polyplate. So that's what I want to do today. So it is actually 5x7, so I could do with just chopping off. Not going to fit on there. Right, we'll go with 5x7, and I'll mat it onto a slightly bigger one. So what we're going to do first, we're going to grab our polyplate. We are going to play a lot with this polyplate because I think it is, you can tell. This is how I put my stamps away. I'm a bit of a naughty girl. So they are actually on the carrier sheet, which is a start. Back to one side. And you see, you can tell I'm going to be using this one a lot because it's already got its own little poly mount. There we go. Yeah, it will be a good one for batch making. Now, do we go? I like it that way. I like having the rough edges going on that way. So that's the way we're going to do it. I'm going to pull it back a little bit so that I can trim this down in a little bit. There we go. Right. Doesn't really matter, does it? I'm going to ink up the whole thing. I'm going to stick with those lovely purples. Ooh. So I've already got my colours. I was organised. I might have forgotten samples, but I remembered the colours. Put that down there. So I have got Shaded Lilac, Wilted Violet and Seedless Preserve. They are my colours for this one. Now what I'm going to do is, you can see I've got some big bubbles behind here. Key with this one, when you're popping it on, be really gentle taking it off your carrier sheet. Nice stuck like super glue, it's been on here that long. And when you come to pop it onto your stamp base, make sure you roll it, yeah, because you do not want bubbles behind this. And just keep rolling it right to the very end, and then just go around and press your edges down. There we go. And then you shouldn't have, what you can see the side I've put on properly and the side I didn't. I've got bubbles. You can see them really bad here. So you see the bubbles just here. But with the roll, you don't tend to get as many bubbles. Right. It's a little bit dusty, so I'm going to give mine a white. Oh, my reindeer, do you see that? My reindeer fell at me. He wants eating, doesn't he? He does. To be fair, I did think I'd get to eat quite a few, but the kids have decided they like those little reindeers. So I've not got as many as I thought I would. I'm going to start hiding them, to be fair. Right, so you want your poly plates, your finger will glide nicely over it. And I'm going to start with my palest colour. We're doing this with our inks. Remember, this is fine with our inks as long as we go paler to darker in our colours. We cannot do this with our oxides. Oxides, one colour, clean, next colour, clean. So we're using inks, black tubs. Yep. Popping that down on there. And I just want all over coverage on this first one. So if I forget which side I'm putting it down on. There we go. So we've got our really pale shaded lilac on there. I'm now going to grab my wilted violet and think if we were doing this as like paint, you'd have like darker patches, wouldn't you? Which would generally be at your ends, and then start to bring it down some of these. So can you see where it's going in? I'm just dragging my ink pad in. So I'm using the edge of my ink pad to create those lovely little lines. Oh, this one's got a dark bottom. I think that'll look quite nice, won't it? There we go. So I'm just, can you see? I've just got those little bits to get those. So it's almost like brush marks, isn't it? Oh, I'm going a bit heavy-handed this time. There we go. Right, and then I want a teeny tiny amount of seedless preserve. So again, think about where, if you were doing this with a brush, where would be that colour the darkest? And I'm making a mess of my poly mount, but that doesn't matter because we're going to start tidying that up in a minute. Pull that bit in. This one really is about playing with your inks, showing them who is boss. Oops, that's just showing me who is boss. I'm just going to take a little bit of that away. And then before I do anything else, I'm just going to clean up here. Right, make sure my plate wants to stick, and I'm just going to give it a quick spritz. So here, no good, we don't want to be on top of your poly plate. You need to be about 30 centimetres away. And then with spritz, we want to add bubbles. If it looks like a river, it's going to flow when you turn it over. Pack my table down, because we all know how much I like a clean and tidy desk. So turn him over. So when you've got those bubbles, you should be able to turn it over and it not really move. And then we're going to pop it here. I'm trying to line it up. How can you line up something with squiggly edges? I'm just going to give it a second because I have put a little bit of water on there. So you can see I've lost some of my lines just because I overspritzed it. Lift that up. Still look quite nice. And remember, you can sometimes get second pulls off your poly plates. I'm going to move that to one side. You can see how much water I overwatered that. There we go. Oh, it's that seedless preserve. It's everywhere. Right. Oh dear. Poor reindeer stories. Poor things. Right, I'm just going to give that a quick blast because I want to do some more work on it. Hi, Chris. So we've got that lovely colour on our poly plate. Turn it on the plug would be a good start. There you go, power. I actually quite like it. I know it's not quite kept the lines I wanted, but how did I do that? It's like the edge of a tin or some ink pad. Oh, don't even know how I started to do that. Right, so I'm going to grab good old black Jelly Roll pen for this one, and I've got a white one that wants to work for me today. We were playing up the other day, something rotten, so I pulled 2 out. And then all I'm going to do, just make sure, yep, it's working. I'm going to quickly just doodle around the edge. Now, I know some of you say you don't like doodling because you can't get into it. This is a great way of getting into doodling. So just take the edge of a poly plate or something like that and just doodle around it. Because what it does is it relaxes your hand. It makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to go around the whole thing, and then I'm going to come back in and start putting my lines in. Yep. Made a few extra bits and bobs there. That's the best bit about doodling. Just around the edge. Again, I'm making it up as I go along this edge. Again, any little gaps and any dots I've got, I'm going around them as well. There we go. Now I need to start pulling in some of my lines. So you can see where your brush strokes will be now, can't you? So here I've got one, so I'm going to come in. And on this one, I'm going a bit heavy-handed today with my brush strokes. There we go. And I am going to put a few coming in from this side as well, only because I'm thinking I'm having my sentiment over here, so if I don't, this side's going to look very bare. Might just... There we go. I'm going to do one up here as well. Don't know why I just answered it. Maybe I didn't. Never mind. Then we're going to go back over with one of our little white pens. So therapeutic. Because it's dry, this is going to stand out a bit better. Got crusty bits. So come on. So all I'm doing, because it's got crusty bits on it, I didn't want to work, is I'm just rubbing it on my finger because my finger's moist. Some people use like a baby wipe or something. You just need to basically get any yak or crusty bits off the edge of your pen and it'll start working again. I always find my fingers best. That's why I've got bits of drawn all over my hands. I wonder where the kids get it from. Can never shout at them for having pen on their hands in this house. Little Bear made his own Facebook Live yesterday. Spent all day doing it as well. Recorded it, everything. Mainly of him telling you about a pair of scissors. But you still did it. There you go. You see that lovely texture you're getting in there. Right, so there's that bit. I told you this was a really quick one. I now need some scrap bits of card. That's no good because it's a different colour. Sounded horrified, didn't it? How rude! Is that cream? Yeah, there we go. So I've done this on a cream, which is why the white was completely different. And now, all I want to do for this is grab my black. I tidied everything off my desk through that little box I put. That's not a good sign, that's an ink pad on the floor. Hope it's not my black one. Right, there we go, that one will do. All I want now is, there's a song in that, isn't there? I'm not going to sing it now. It's currently not raining, so ink this one up. I love this saying. It's going to be so useful in journaling and things like that. Because you could as well mask off the in yourself and just have a believe. So I think that would look lovely. I think I've just done that, excuse me, never mind. Yep, let's give it a good rub. Now I'm not going to pop that on here. Doesn't want that skew swift, does it? We'll get away with that. Or I'll get away with that. And then we can just trim this down. And then all I'm going to do is use some of my scraps. Should have given that a moment because my black's a little bit wet still. I always do that, don't I? There we go. Oh, I'm going to need that again. Now I want some sort of purple. Ooh, I wonder if that will match it actually. I want some bright pink, which would look lovely, but I don't think it's no, it's not wide enough. Oh, do you get to see Ed's face? Not unless you want to sit and watch a pair of scissors for about 20 minutes. Oh, he did a cracking job. None of us had worked out what he was doing though. We knew he was creating, but we didn't know what he was creating. Used a whole tube of Pritt stickers on. So it was a really good craft day for him. There we go. I'm just going to turn it around there. So this is kind of picking up that. I know it's pink, but it's got that lovely tone from the Seedless Preserve in there. The guillotine down again. And then all I would do, this one, I'm going to stick it actually, so I don't lose my backing. Do I? Oh, I'm questioning again now. Let's see, if I pop that like that. To be fair, I like how it jumps out. I was going to say, should we distress around it, but no, I like how it jumps. It just jumps at you. Oh, come on, glue. More fingers and thumbs. Fingers and thumbs today. Still haven't woke up even though it's Monday. A little pat down there. We'll trim this down so it fits on a nice 7x5. To be fair, I think I'm going to trim off that side when it comes to it. Yeah, but there you go. Really simple. Could whip them out dead easy, can't we? Great for a batch. Get all our birthday cards made in one go with that one. Yeah. So the other one I thought I might show. Yeah. I do, I like that. I love the colours in it. So that's your poly plate. I just wanted to show you don't have to use it on a big card. Yep. So next up, I'm looking for another piece of card now. I wasn't that organised. We're whipping through today. Ooh, what size that is? What do we reckon? Looks tiny, doesn't it? It's 6 1/4. No, 5 3/4. I was reading it the wrong way around. It is, that's the thing, sometimes you just want simple. And that's a bit skew squish. So let's just trim this down. I reckon we'd get, how big was that piece? I could not be lazy and just stand up and grab. That's what I'm going to do. My big guillotine. But I thought, I'm going to do a tiny card. So I'm going to do, would help if you could see the measurements I was looking at. I am going to do a 4x6. So this will actually fit into my index card book. So I'm just going to trim this down to 3.5 by 5.5. So we can stick this into my index card book. And we'll do an index card page as well. There you go. So I'm going to do a bit like, you know, the really simple pink one. But we're gonna change our colours up a little bit this time. Right, I've changed my mind again. So I'm gonna go for my oxides this time. I want a bit of a. Ooh, I'm stuck on my heater. Hang on a second. There we go. That's not a place to be stuck. It is turned off, so I'm not going to overheat. It's the squeaking. So I'm looking for, I want some greens this time. Lovely green background. Oh, actually, let's have bundle sage. I'm going to stick to bundle sage and my peeled paint. Or old paper and peeled paint. Ooh, now there's a decision. Should do old paper instead. You know those days when you're just indecisive? That's today. Right, so I've got my lovely little in there. I'm just going to do a quick pick up. You know me, I love really quick pick up techniques. Very quick spritz. Yep. And by now you know the key thing when you're doing this is you need to heat set it, because otherwise you just end up with a muddy mess, like I did with that Thursday night. I did that one. I'm just going to blast it with a heat gun again. Hi Pauline, we've got nearly lunch today. Be dry enough. I'll let it. The heat gun doesn't want to sit on the cupboard like a well-behaved heat gun. No, he wants to fall off. So try not to spritz him again. Okay, I'm just bringing in these lovely greens. I'm thinking then we can get some great like oranges and things. You know, it's a monarch butterfly. There we go. So you've got that lovely bundle sage, and then I've just popped a little bit of peel paint over the top. Let's give this a quick blast. Make sure this is heated up. catch there that isn't. I've got dimples in my paper. How rude. Should be fine. Right, give that a bend. Now, I'm going to use my butterfly set this time. Ooh, I'm still sat on my heater. I'm going to use these lovely words. I think I might use my Believe again in a minute. We will see. Anyway, I'm going to start off, I'm just going to randomly pop these on here. Ooh, it's going to look quite nice actually. I'm going to start off with my old paper. Always start off with your paler one. Without putting it on your fingers. I think I'm channeling my inner mum with these colours, aren't I? Let's do it that way. There we go. There's that one. I think I'm going to stick with the old paper because it's just looking quite nice. So remember, oxides, always clean your stamp off. I know, me cleaning a stamp, it's shocking by itself. Oh, powerful. Next. Get a few powerfuls on here and then we'll squeeze some of those. Oops. Squeeze a few Braves in there. Oh, thank you, Pauline. The butterfly it's a bit different, but I do think it's going to, especially for home decor, it's going to come in a lot. I can see us doing a few good challenges this month using it. I do want to do it onto vellum, but for the life of me I can't find any vellum. I've been searching for, well, ages. I thought it was in the back shed, but no. There we go, right. That's actually looking quite nice. I'm going to leave them there because I think we might do a little bit of distressing in a minute with it. Tidy off that stamp. Now I've got a decision to make. I can either, at this point, go grab me acetate, go grab me vellum, and I think that would look beautiful. If you've got vellum with the butterfly wing, beautiful. I'm going to need my bigger block. You saw me hoping then, didn't you? My hands are going, no! I don't think it fits on that one either. Yes, it does. It will do. I'll make it fit. But I'm just going to stamp it right on top. Put that there. So, don't worry if your stamp blocks aren't quite big enough. You can see mine hangs over here, but it's the back of the stamp. It's not the detail. As long as your detail is on, just make sure you walk it on as well, because it's got a lot of open space, this one. So you want, there we go, right. There's the black one. There we go. Get this inked up. It's another one like the flower. Take your time inking it up. So lots of little bits. You saw then I did one wing and then I tend to do the other. And do his doodly bits. If I'm going to miss any, it's normally this bit up here, randomly, or it's this bit, that bit there. Don't know why. It must just be how I hold my ink pad. Right, so lots and lots of ink on there. I think I'm going to leave a little bit of room. Ooh, no. Bendy paper. I think I'm going to leave a smidgen of room to put. Let's do it at an angle. I'm going to have to do it at an angle because my paper folded on me. Just pop it on there. So just make sure you keep pressing it. I know I look like I I make a right mountain out of pressing, but it's the main thing to get you in top, isn't it? There we go. I'm loving the green behind it. And in my head I'm going, oh, I've got to cover up all that green. So I want orange. I want orange monarch wings. There we go. Right, so I want some oranges this time. Ooh, carb pumpkin might be a bit, woohoo! A bit bright, but we'll go with it. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that! Perfect. How good is that? Just need a paintbrush now. And jobs are good. Right, so again, I start with my palest colour. I'm going to put quite a bit of this yellow down because I'm going to want might nick Mum's idea of using the yeah, I'll come back to me in a minute. Jelly rolls in the doodly bits. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of yellow down. So this is fossilized amber. Just so it starts, well, it's starting to already, isn't it? It's starting to pop out behind the from the background. There we go. Nothing special about that colouring, was there? So let's move on to our next one. So we're going to go to our orange, and I've got carved pumpkin, which, like I said, it's a bit of a bright one, but hopefully the vintage photo is just going to knock it back as well. I'll come to use it in a minute. I'm going in really watery to begin with and dragging this up. And what I want is these little tiny brush strokes. I don't know if you can see, just in there. There you go. See how with the edge of my brush I'm just getting a bit more defined colour. Yeah. I'll do exactly the same in a minute with that brown. Get that lovely orange coming through again. And pick up some more of the concentrated stuff just to, ooh, that was a bit that was a bit heavy handed off me. Never mind, I've done it again on this one. Never mind, the bottom wing's a bit darker in this one's case. I'm going to start putting a little bit underneath here as well. I just need to be careful because I'm starting to really wet my card now, so I don't want to tear or rip it or anything. Starting to pop out, isn't it? And then I just want the teeniest, tiniest bit of brown. Oh, yeah, that's not teeny or tiny, is it? So again, just starting at the edge. No, it's not the edge, is it? It's its belly. Its body. Nice belly. And then just popping it. Get some real depth. Tell you what would look nice if I can find it in my gold jelly roll in this bit. I'll come back in here. This bottom bit, and then I'll come back and put my lines in because I'm going a bit heavy-handed. If you hadn't noticed. There we go. Looks a bit like a lion, doesn't it, with these colours? Right, and then the final thing I'm going to do, and you can probably guess, I want to add a little bit of shade into it. So there's only one colour I like for my shading. Just trying to spy it. It's not there. A real quick run through my inks. There we go. I should put like, oh, that's hickory smoke. I don't want that one. I should put like washi tape or something on the side of the ones that I use all the time. But then, to be fair, I use a lot of colours, don't I? Right, so I'm going to re-weather it. I don't care, but it has got weathered wood written on it. I just need to be thoughtful when I put it back on its panel. Oops. So now I just want a little bit of shading to give this butterfly a bit of depth, a bit of shadow. Again, down here. Yeah. Straight away it looks like it's starting to start to pop, I think, it's off the page. Okay. I want to put a little bit underneath these words as well, because I've done the other two words. I might as well do this one as well. So you just start to get some, you can see a bit better there. Right, and then, well, I probably like to keep that weathered wood, don't I? I always do that. What do you reckon? I think we're only going to be able to fit on Brave, so it kind of tells us what type of butterfly this is. Oh no, beautiful will fit if he's only got a little head. There we go. We'll use beautiful or brilliant. If beautiful fits. Powerful. See if that'll work. Ooh, there we go. Powerful fits. And it gets a slightly bigger. It gets a bit more centred. So, key thing when you're using these words, I forgot to say before, because they're quite long, pop them down on the table and pick them up. If you start to try and put them on your stamp, they are going to bend and they are going to misshapen. However, pop them on your table, just drop them down. The stamp will do its thing, it'll rest into the right shape, because it'll always go back to the right shape. Splat it. And then powerful is nice and straight. Yep. There's my black ink on. There we go. It's quite easy actually, it's the only one on my desk. So wouldn't it be nice to have a tidy desk all the time? I'm going to come and pop that in here. I don't know if I like it. I'm not. I'm going to grab a little scrap. And I'm going to give myself some room to play. Put my powerful on there. Because we still haven't decided what page is going on in my book yet. So I think that'll be the next place to go to, won't it? Let's grab my little index card book. Oops. She says. Ooh. I am wrecking the joint, aren't I? So I've got my index card book. I don't know why it's quite open at that page. Don't like that for that one. So we either want a nice clean page. We did say we'd try and finish this off, didn't we, for 2020. I'll have to do some work in it to finish it off. That's too bright. Too bright. I want a bit of a, like a muddy one. Nearly finished by the look of it. Nope, not the right colours. That could work a little bit, look, couldn't it? Let's turn that round. I was wondering if I had like a really like dirty looking page. Ooh. It's even got a mark in it, why don't I go and look to it? Ooh no, sends it the funny colour. Looks like it's flying over water. That one's our winner so far. That would be lovely, but it's the wrong colours. Nearly there. It's going to end up being this page, I think. Or the back page. No, wrong colours, yeah. You notice how I've not been using those pages. Right, I'm going to use the purple. I'm going to go this way. And I have cut him. Could probably do just taking a smidgen off the length. I'm going to take it off the bottom. Take about another ½ inch off. About ¼ inch off. And hopefully that'll just fit a little bit better. There we go. It does look a bit better, doesn't it? And then it's looking a bit too neat and tidy. So don't do neat and tidy. Move it so we can actually work on it, shall we? That's what it does look. It looks nice. What I'm looking for quickly is my my thingy, my bob. You know, my little one, my distresser. Oh, it is nearly finished. This book. I think it's might be our challenge between now and the end of the year. We will make it our challenge and it's our Christmas, because it was started in January. That's really annoying. I've lost my little distresser. My little edger. It'll turn up at some point. So what I'm going to do instead, because I'm not safe doing it with scissors, I'm just not. I'm going to just distress it. Move that over to there. Let's get a piece of kitchen roll. There'll be one of the things, it's like, oh, there it is, just as we finish. Guess what? It's right in front of me. Like, no joke. Like, literally, it's there. I told you, as soon as I start doing it, it'll turn up. Ooh, it's a bit dirty. There we go. See, I spend more time looking for it than actually using it, don't I? Pop it around the edge. There we go. So that's going to go on there. See that distressed edge just makes it, and then that powerful will look so much nicer on there. And where did I just put? Oh, it was the inks, wasn't it, we had out? I can see them somewhere, honest. I'm just going to grab Seedless Preserve. Let's try. I'm going to put some of the words in the background. So yeah, let's go Seedless Preserve, because it will be like shocking, because you're only going to see bits of it. So I'm just going to grab one of them. I've got beautiful. That's not going to work, is it? I need it right on the edge so I can get up near me bindings. Yeah, I think we will try and get this book finished, because if you remember when we did January's Hochanda, I started doing all my Hochanda bits in here, didn't I? So it's like a year of Hochanda in this book. Which is quite an amazing feat, really, isn't it? Well, one, I've not lost a book. I have them all in one place. I'm actually going to go for a slightly paler colour because I think if I do too much of that one, it's going to be too much. So I'm going to go for shade of lilac. Again, so it's just the same as what we were doing a minute ago. There we go. Let's just put that on there. See how it's just brought the two pieces together, and I'm just going to pop across the bottom here. Perfect. Right, don't need to do any more of that. Oopsie. Like this table, because inks will take an age to dry on shiny surfaces. Right, that's going to go there like that. Our powerful, I want to do some doodling as well, which is why I've not stuck it just yet. Powerful, I want to edge. So I'm not going to use my guillotine for it because I'm going to distress it. So that'll go there just like that. Perfect. And you know what would look nice if I'd done that big flower? I know I keep saying it. Big flower from last month. In there too. To be fair, if you've got the advent calendar, there's a few coming up in there as well which work. That'll look quite nice with these. With the butterfly. You know, for your backgrounds and stuff. So just go around edge again. Craft card don't want to ruffle up. There we go. It heard me. And then I am going to go for a green. I'm not going to do my black because I want the butterfly to stand out. So I'm going to go for green if I can find one that's dark enough. I can see it like a neon green. Throw my tub everywhere. Oh, that was my pokey tool. I think that's the one I'm looking for. Or I think that's the one. And then I did say I'm thinking again. It's dangerous, isn't it, when I start thinking? Try that one. I need to have a root round on my desk because half of my jelly rolls have gone missing a little bit. I've only gone for a wander. Ooh, that's a bit pinky, isn't it? I don't want that one. Ooh, that's a bit neon yellow. Won't be using that one either. Okay, I'll use my green now. I'm just going to go around edge. I'm going to do my double doodle so that it all matches in lovely. There we go, we'll stick that on there now. Do the same around this as well. I've got my doodle pen out. Just do a bit of scribble on there. There we go. It's a powerful. Oh. Put some glue on here because I don't want him coming off. And I'm going to jaunty angle him, which will also make a bit more room for me powerful. There we go. And then let's get powerful on there. There we go. I do like that. I'm looking at this. You know me so well. You know which bits I'm looking at. There we go. I'm going to go green. I would have preferred to find my copper, but to be fair, it is actually standing out quite well. Hi Sandy. Sound like you've been busy. There we go. Right. I think that works, doesn't it? It does just want a flower, but until it comes up in your advent box, I'm not using it because there's one just right for there. So there you go. So we've done. Let's see if I can make enough room. I've given up with the lid on my glue, so I'm just using a pin now. I need to find a stainless steel one because that one's definitely not. So we've done an index card. Oops. Using the butterfly. There you go, it just about fits. And then we have done a really simple. So that's move that then because I thought it was in the wrong place. We've done a really simple poly plate. I am, like I say, I'm going to trim this one down so it fits on a 5x7 card. But really simple. To be fair, they were both quite simple, weren't they? Inks, oxides, and a splattery background that we did ages ago. I now actually wish I'd matted that onto some craft card, but I'm being picky. I'm going to stop. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching our new December monthly make stamps. I hope you're going to have some fun with them. They are, that poly plate especially, that is definitely right up my alley, and I can't wait to start playing with that one. Or playing with it more. Yeah. I will be posting some of the pictures, some of the samples onto Facebook and to our blog over the next couple of days. So, speaking of the next couple of days, on Wednesday we will be back at 8 o'clock for some more fun, and I might actually give you some sneaky peeks because we're actually back on Chandra on Saturday. I know that it's just whizzed around that too fast. So we're back on Chandra on Saturday at 3 o'clock, and I think I'm back with Scott. I think. I'll have to double check that. So yeah, 3 o'clock on Saturday for Chandra. But before that, we're back on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So thank you for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your day. And take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.